PSA to all the moms out there. I don't care what age you are. I don't have how many kids you have. Please stop shaming women who do not have kids. One, it's distasteful. Two, it's just uncalled for. Three, it's unnecessary. Four, it's just disrespectful, and nobody asked for that. Story short, I'm in Michigan for one of my girlfriend's 40th birthdays, so she has a lot of friends here and their husbands and etc. And so I will say, to preface, a lot of the people who are here are married and they do have kids. I'm one of, I want to say one of two or one of three who don't have kids. All that's to say, we're having a conversation with some of the girls, and the subject of Costco comes up. I love Costco. I love going there for certain things because I like getting things in bulk because I eat a lot of it. And in saying that, one of the girls was like, well, why do you go to Costco? You don't have kids. What? Like, when she said that, I'm like, so you're saying basically because I don't have kids, I shouldn't go to Costco. I shouldn't go to certain stores because I do not have kids. It's basically what she was insinuating. And when I tell you, I had to bite my tongue so hard because one, I didn't want to disrespect her meeting my girlfriend. I didn't want to disrespect my girlfriend whose birthday it was. And this is her day, it has nothing to do with me. Like, I'm here to celebrate her. I didn't want to take away from that whatsoever. But two, the comments and the things I wanted to say to this girl who I just met like an hour and a half ago would have made her cry. And three, I've been in therapy, so I'm learning to, I don't know, think before I speak. But who says that? Did she think before she spoke? Because what kind of comment is that? Let's be real for a second. In 2025, women are having kids on their own. Women are having kids later in life. People are getting divorces. Like, what are we talking about? And when she said that, I don't know. It just rubbed me so wrong to the point where she even said, as I recall, like, no judgment, or I'm not judging, I'm just asking. You're judging, bitch. You're judging. Like, let's call a spade a spade. You're judging. And I so badly wanted to say something, but I knew if I did that, it would just take away from this special day for my friend, and I just didn't. But rest assured that I have not spoken to this girl for the rest of the day. Um, she tried to speak to me a little bit, and I was like, yeah, okay. Like, I'm pretty much ignoring her because anything that comes out of your mouth at this point means nothing, and I don't want to hear it. But all that's to say, please, mothers out there of all ages, you are not better than anybody else. You have a lot of responsibilities, absolutely. I have a lot of responsibilities. That doesn't make you better than myself or anybody else. So please stop shaming women who do not have kids for whatever reason. Why they do not have kids, one, it's none of your business. But you're not better than us. So stop acting like you are. Please. Thank you.
2 years ago, I made a video that went viral. I was talking about being 30, with no kids. And in that video, I was coming from different angles of nobody thinks you're busy, nobody respects your time because you don't have no kids, and everybody just think you rich because kids ain't taking up all your money, right? Boom. So here I am 2 years later. I am still 32 with no kids, and I'm going to tell you what it's like. Now, being 30 with no kids, my mind was a little bit more open to having kids. Here I am 2 years later. My mind has since closed. Not 100%, but it's definitely more on the closing end, to having, children. I'm getting a little bit more, settled in my ways because I'm seeing the pros to not having children, and it's muy perfecto. It's just like mwah, chef's kiss. There is not a lot of people who are happy with children. There are not a lot of people that are happy in relationships. So with me being single with no kids, I am more on the happier end, and I am building my life the way I want to. I love kids to death. I sure do. If I was to get pregnant tomorrow, depending on the situation, I will be, happy as hell. But it's not something I'm going to purposely just fall into. It's just not at all. But I just feel like having no children is a happier life. It's a happier life. And some people be like, oh, you're gonna grow up alone and your son won't be able to take care of you. Yeah, people have kids and they kids still don't take care of them. You feel me? So it all depends on who you surround yourself with. You put good out into the world will be good to you. You pray, you be a good person, you manifest. Like, you can build the life that you want, with or without a man, with or without children, with or without money. Like, you can do that. And I've lived that, and I've seen that. And like, being an active auntie, I be putting compromising situations to where it's like, this is me as an auntie, but me as a 24-hour parent, honey, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know where to turn. I could easily adjust to being a parent. I love kids so much, and I've been an auntie since the age of 10. I could easily adjust, but I'm telling you, I don't want to. I'm telling you, I don't want that life. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with someone saying that they don't want kids, because there's people out here who have kids and then realize that they really don't want to be a parent, and then it reflects in their parenting.
I'm so happy that women are coming together online to tell the truth about motherhood, because I'm 34 and a child-free woman. And one of the reasons why I'm child-free is because I don't think people take parenting seriously enough. I started my career working as a special education teacher in low-income school districts. I love kids. I think that they are the most important part of our society and our village. I also think that society trivializes motherhood and devalues the amount of work that goes into being a mother and the dangerous aspects of pregnancy. Like, I've been told by so many people that I should just have kids, get it over with, rip the Band-Aid off, as if it's like some benchmark for living a full and complete life. Like, did you see the backlash Aisha Curry got for being honest about her feelings on motherhood? But just because I love kids, it does not mean that I am equipped to be a mom. And kids can feel when you are not enjoying being a parent. And did you know that in this country, it is safer for me to become a cop than it is for me to go into a hospital and give birth as a Black woman? Pregnancy is not a health neutral activity in any way, actually. Did you know that a woman's brain decreases in size during pregnancy? And for women who have struggled with their mental health, they can have postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis, never mind the risk of suddenly becoming a single parent. And as a woman, I see my girlfriends who struggle with motherhood. I see my own mother who is having her own life struggles because of motherhood. And I'm not saying motherhood is all bad. It really suits a lot of women. But as a society, we need to be okay with women making their own decisions about this stuff. So me being child-free is a pillar, a beacon to other women that you don't need to follow that route. Another reason why I'm child-free, and really simply put, is because I love my life exactly the way it is. I am on a hike after sleeping in midweek. I own my own business, so I might work today, I might not. I am free because no one depends on me. I don't even own my home. I rent. I could pick up and move states tomorrow if I wanted to. Yeah, I think I'm good exactly how I am. If you agree with this message or it resonates with you, make sure to hit all the buttons. I also have a free health and wellness blog in my bio if you like intersectional feminism.
Listen, can we wrap this child and childless conversation up real quick? Because I'm tired of seeing it. Okay? Why is it a problem for childless people to celebrate that they're childless? That is not putting anything on y'all for having kids. Whoop-de-whoop. Congratulations. More power to you. I celebrate all the babies that come into this world. I just don't have to be the one to bring it into the world, okay? So why come over here and say, number one, that we're the problem and we're the reason why we don't have kids? I've seen in the people's comments that, oh, you're infertile. Oh, your box must be trash. Oh, you've had multiple abortions. All assumptions that are not true for somebody that is childless. How about we're responsible? How about we knew we didn't want to bring somebody into this world that we couldn't take care of or we want to be responsible for? How about we weren't married yet, so we didn't want to have a child out of wedlock and and be in a co-parenting situation? No. Okay, so we are responsible by not bringing the children in this world. Now, that is not to say that y'all who want to bring children in this world are not going to be great parents, cannot take care of the things. But we, personally, I want to be in the streets, okay? And that's on me. I can go as I please. I can spend my money with what I want to. I can sleep when I want to. All of those things to me are more priority for me than having kids. And that's just preference. So I think that y'all should mind y'all children's business, and we gonna be over here minding our childless business, okay? I got plenty of friends that got kids. I'm not in their business. Now, I'll babysit because I can give them back to them. You know what I'm saying? If they want to get out the house, I got you. Okay? But if you want to get out with me, now you got to find a babysitter. And I got to worry about inviting you out and worried about that. That's not what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be out in these streets, not worried about a dang on thing. Okay, so let's wrap up this conversation. Y'all mind y'all business. We over here minding our business. Celebrating something does not mean tearing the other person down. We are just happy with where we are in our lives. Y'all are the same.
You know, I always was sold on the fact that, like, I told myself I wasn't having kids. But you know what just really solidified that? I just seen this video. This girl said when she gave birth, she tore, her vagina ripped up, and her does not work anymore. Fuck them kids.
You know what? I've gotten this comment a couple of times now, so I actually do want to address it. I am not ashamed whatsoever about one of my reasons for not wanting to have children being that I do not want my body to drastically change. I am self-aware enough to recognize that it would be extremely difficult for me to get back to where I am currently, mentally and emotionally, and how I feel about my body. I be in the gym. I don't eat trash. I take good care of myself. And I take a lot of pride in how I look, how I present, as I think any woman should, as I think we all should. So what's also very strange to me is that not only did I say I don't want my body to change, I also said that I'm not willing to put my life on the line to birth a child. Because if we're being really real, having a baby could potentially be life-threatening. Women, unfortunately, very sadly, do not always survive childbirth. And that is not a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. That is not a risk I'm willing to take. So I just think it's very weird that I keep getting this comment. Maybe it's because people don't want to be honest. They don't want to be real about even the societal pressures that are placed on women after they have a baby. Body shaming is very real. So it's just still so strange to me why people keep saying, like, my desire to continue to look how I look, feel how I feel in my body is a crazy reason. To even say that it's vain. Look, it can be vain. I'm vain, boo. That's fine. I'm not willing to risk my life. Now, that's not vain. That's deep. And I see that a lot of people don't understand that. Might I add, the narrative and the expectation for women to snap back after they have a baby is very unrealistic. I also had someone in my comments, no shade to this person, but they were saying, like, they had a baby, lost all of the weight, became a bodybuilder. And I said, that's great for you. And I mean that. Love that for you. I do think I have good genetics, and I do think I could lose the weight, but let me tell you something. I don't want not one stretch mark. No. I don't want to potentially lose any strength in my pelvic floor muscles. No, I don't want to push the baby out. No, I don't want any of that. I don't know why it's not clocking, but I don't want any of that. It's not just the changes that people can see from the outside. The changes that I know my body would go through. Those are deal breakers for me. And you know what? Maybe not a lot of women speak to this, and I imagine it would be very difficult too. But women have children, and they are never happy with their bodies again afterward, or even content. They may not ever find or come to a place where they can look in the mirror and fully appreciate what they see. That's true. That's real, whether y'all want to acknowledge it or not.
Being 30 plus and not having a child or children is a flex, because fatherhood is just way too optional. Like, fathers can decide that they don't want to be full-time fathers anymore. They want to be part-time fathers anymore. Or they can opt out of parenthood, fatherhood altogether, and just decide that they don't want to do it at all. And guess what? Those children are left with the mother. The mother becomes solely responsible for those children no matter what, simply because the father just doesn't want to be involved. And so the fact that these women have gone through their 20s, 30s, and 40s without bringing a child into the world shows that they have been very intentional with their lives. Now, I know there's a lot of negative comments about, why they don't have children, but for whatever reason, they don't have a child. They have been able to watch other women in motherhood and make an informed decision about choosing not to become a mother. And that is something to be celebrated. That is something that they should be able to share the content. Just like mothers get on TikTok and share their content, child-free women should be able to do that without them seeming like they're trying to brag. Because why would that be a brag if you are a mother who's happy being a mother? And this is coming from a mom of one. I'm happy that I have one. And of course I'm done. I tell y'all that all the time. But that shouldn't be something that's aggravating to you if you are happy being a mother. The thing about it is a lot of women are not, because they were not intentional or they were not informed, and they had children without the full picture of what motherhood entails.
I'm hearing that some of y'all are upset that us child-free women also don't want to date men that have children. I don't want somebody else's children either. The fuck? Also, like, why aren't you still with the mom? Are you a good dad? I saw this video of this baby mama and the baby daddy, and every time they get together on holidays, they get together on holidays. Why would I subject myself to that? You have a broken family. I'm not trying to piece it together. I'm not going to be a stepmommy. I'm not going to be anybody's mommy except for my dogs. I don't know where they went, but yeah. No. And it's so hilarious how moms who are very triggered by child-free people, child-free content, come on here and they make videos, and then other moms are in the comments like, yeah, these women are just ultimately jealous and lonely and not happy with their decisions, so all they can do is talk about how moms aren't happy and stuff. They're projecting. When in reality, why the fuck would I want your life? I'm going to go down a list of things that you're currently going through that I would never go through. Your husband does not help with your children. He doesn't know their blood type. He couldn't take them to the hospital. He can't take them to the doctors. He does not know anything about your children. He makes you cook. He makes you clean. He makes you pick them up from school. He makes you also have a job. He makes you take care of them 24/7. When do you ever relax? He also spends 24/7 hanging out with his buddies. Like, he goes on the weekends and goes golfing while you have to take the kids to a mommy and me play date. You can barely go get your nails done by yourself, and that's why a lot of y'all have screaming children in the nail salon, because your husband or your partner will not fucking watch the kids while you just go get your nails done. Also, a lot of moms are very overly competitive with each other. Like, y'all try to one-up each other all the time. Like, if little Sue is in dance and your daughter's in dance too, y'all will constantly be trying to figure out ways to say your daughter is better than little Sue and you're better than her mom, and it's a constant competition for some reason, and I don't understand it, and that seems miserable. You're constantly in competition with somebody. Who the fuck cares? Also, y'all are constantly overstimulated and stressed out. I've never went in public and saw a parent not stressed out in some way. I don't care who it is. I don't care how good their kids are. Y'all are always stressed out in some way. We are not jealous of you. I need you to get that through your brain. No child-free person is jealous of you. Maybe someone who couldn't have kids, who's infertile and wanted kids, is jealous of you. But child-free people who don't want kids, child-free people who got their tubes removed so they can't have kids, are not jealous of you. There is nothing in your life that you're doing that I would ever be jealous of. It is not a life that looks good to me. And y'all just need to come to accept that. Maybe my life doesn't look good to you. That's fine. But y'all coming on here being like, yeah, they're all just jealous bitches. Like, I hate those people. Like, they make it their whole personality. No, you who has autism mommy in your bio makes it your whole fucking personality. Your literal whole online persona is based around you being a mother to a kid with autism. I'm just saying this because, like, literally someone commented on my video with that exact username yesterday. Your whole life revolves around being that child's mother. That is your whole personality. You don't have any other personality. That is not in my bio. Micah Child-Free Bradley is not in my bio. And even if it was, whatever. That is not my whole personality. I don't make it my whole personality. If you meet me in person, it's not the only fucking thing I'm talking about. But if we meet y'all in person, the only thing y'all can fucking talk about is your children. You do not have a life outside of your kids. You have nothing else to talk about. And that's why child-free people don't want to be friends with you, because you don't have anything interesting to talk about. All you can talk about is your toddler potty training. It's not cute. We are not jealous of you. We are just coming on here so we can meet other child-free people so we don't have to deal with y'all anymore. Thank you very much.
Another reason that I'm going to remain child-free forever is y'all love your deadbeat daddies. I saw so many people who I swore had some sense crying out for the man who abandoned them as a baby this Father's Day that the only thing I could really do was shake my head. I saw so many people posting tributes to their deadbeat dads, saying they had regrets and they wished he was there and blah, blah, blah for Father's Day. Let me kick it to y'all for real. The only reason a lot of you feel like you missed out is because people are telling you that you missed out. A lot of you are better off because that man abandoned you. Trust me. And many of you long for your father not because your life would have been better with him in it, but because other people have told you that you should be longing for your father. Because other people have told you that you should have a father. Because other people have told you that you should be missing your father. Many of you would have been worse off in life if that man had chose to stay around and had not abandoned you and your mother. Many of you would have been victims had your father not abandoned you. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I would never have babies in the first or the last place because I see how much everyone loves, idolizes, and fantasizes about their deadbeat dad. Ugh.